Hello peeps, this is Biz from Luke's Media. This is a very simple but very important After Effects project, so let's create it. First of all, we'll start a composition, name it Circle Burst 2 and 2 seconds. I normally create a background by double clicking on the rectangle. Let's name it BG. We will, if this color is not good enough, then we will change the color later on, but let's see. So first of all, we'll have to create and the lines which will appear and then later on disappear. So remove the stroke and just give it some fill color. And here I think we have to change the background. So now that we have changed the background, we'll adjust this rectangle a little bit, and after that we'll apply repeater to it. I have adjusted its anchor point so that it is in the center. All the activities will happen according to this anchor point. Now while this small rectangle is selected, I am placing it in a reasonable place in the composition. I have named it burst. This layer is burst. We have added a repeater to it. Give it 19 copies, and in the transform repeater position should be 0. So all the copies are behind each other, and give it 20 degrees of rotation. Now you can see it does not look very good because we have to scale it to the composition and then reduce the size of the rectangle, because it should look like small lines which will appear. And then so go to the stroke of the rectangle and reduce its the rectangle and then reduce its scale. Unlink the scale so that you can independently scale the width and height. Now this is the transform of the repeater. We don't have to change that. We have to change the scale of the entire layer to make it small. And then so now to begin, we have it scale at 0 and then at 154%. So this is how it will look. So once it has gone to the maximum size, we will make it disappear by keyframing the opacity. So at the maximum size, opacity is 100%, and then we will change the opacity to 0. We can also change the scale and make it disappear, but here the opacity is good enough. So I have shrunk it a little bit so that it is a little fast. Always use F9 to convert the keyframes to easy ease, and then go to the graph editor to make the motion as per your desires. Okay, so now we have the lines, the burst lines. Now yes, it is working fine. So now we will need circle which will grow and shrink with it. So here is the circle, but actually we will not use this circle much. We will go to the effects and preset and select circle preset on this, and that is what we will use. So now you can see we have changed the color of the circle. It has edge which is normally not used. So if we use the edge, can change the edge to edge radius, we have radius and edge radius both properties available. So we will keyframe both, and what we want to do is the circle will expand, and as it is expanding, the inner it will start hollowing itself up from the inside. So to achieve this effect, we have keyframed the radius and edge radius. So now you can see the circle is increasing in size, and as it is increasing it will start becoming hollow from inside like this. I don't worry much about where I have placed the keyframes, because I can select both, press U, and now all the keyframes are visible. Let's drag the circle down, and now I can adjust the keyframes, drag them wherever I want them to be. Let's move the circle and the lines on top of each other. Lines should be on top and circle should be below. So now you can see we are getting close to what we want. Once again, select and F9, so that now we have easy ease keyframes. You can select radius and go to graph editor and change the movement of the animation. So it will be slow in the beginning and fast in the end. Okay, so now we are getting there somewhere. I have not used motion blur in this example, but if you use that, the end animation will be much better. Now the third thing that we need are the ending yellow circles that we should place somewhere, like before the animation has ended. I have intentionally kept all the three elements separate and clearly clearly seeable, so that it is easy for the beginner. Now once again, this is the circle that we will use as the last portion of this element, and remove the fill and give it yellow stroke. Stroke color should be yellow. Now we cannot see the stroke because we have not assigned stroke to the circle. So let's go up and give it a stroke, name it inner circle, and give it yellow color. Okay, reduce the stroke width. Okay, now we will add trim path to it, and trim path has end and start properties. We'll have to animate both, so that this circle is drawing itself, and on the other hand, and it is so now you can see the circle is drawing itself, and as it goes we are wrapping it up from. Okay, let's see what we have got. Okay, so it is a little fast. Let's expand the keyframes a little. Circle has drawn itself, and it is a little fast, so all you have to do is play with start and end properties. Okay, now we add repeater to it. So now once again we have three circles. Like by default the repeater will always have 3 copies. So this is something that we wanted. I have not applied the motion blur. You should definitely go and apply the motion blur. Now we need to scale this layer, the third layer. Let's move it to the keyframes to the appropriate where we want them to appear, and now you can see there's a very short animation. So change the keyframes to easy ease, and okay, here it is, something that you close to what we wanted it. The end animation should look something like this. Now this animation has motion blur and everything. I hope you like it, and please like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.